full on. I wanna say something that I'm I can speak with you honestly about it, and I like to. I'm an honest guy. At what point do we lead stuff and in life, and at what point does life starts to lead us? You know
Okay.
what I mean?
Well, there's like I actually like on a personal level, becoming a father, yeah, was something that like just happened. Yeah. So like this kind of things are just happening, and it's like the miracles of life. Yeah? Like nature,
Yeah.
and I don't know. There are a lot of things that where you can't just take over. Yeah, like where you are led by something. But music and like actually, especially my work I'm doing, and probably more than in the years before, that's where I can lead. That's where I can decide. This is where I can take decisions, and like also connecting to what we discussed before. If you have a platform, and you also have a lot of followers and fans and loyal listeners and people who get lost in a club on a festival to your music, and so you have a very very strong platform already, and you can make people happy.
Very naive way to put it, you know.
Yeah, but I don't know, leading by making people happy.
Yeah. Yeah, but
What do you mean? What?
I'm thinking about the way that, for example, if I look at the label point of view, where is it? It's something I love becomes something I do. You know, everybody's like, do what you love or love what you do, but I'm in my point of view, it's like it's something I love, and then it becomes something I do. You know, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, sure. It's a very complex process at the end. I don't know. Everything that I'm doing is the result of more than 40 years of learning, getting inspirations, making mistakes. Yeah. So it's like it's very difficult to just do something driven by an impulse or an instinct
Yeah.
anymore. Does it make sense? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, it's depressing.
It's the same with like what like with it's the same with art, and music. To be honest, if I would start making music right now, I I would be in a trap as well. I can understand how difficult it is in 2020 to create something completely new. Yeah? You have your machine, you are alone in the studio, with a small setup, big setup, doesn't matter. And you have all this like inspiration, all that music around you all the time, accessible 24 hours easily. The whole history of music. Yeah?
Yeah.
Um, and and it's the same for a fashion designer, for I don't know, sculptor or painter, and so on. It's the same. You have like the full history of art in front of you all the time. It's accessible. Um, and I don't know, 30, 40 years ago, you had a moment, an experience in a club at a night, and then maybe you went to the studio with a few guys and made music, and you just had to kind of think about that moment
Yeah.
and trying to, I don't know, transpond that into music, sounds, notes, and so on. So what I want to say is like, I think to create something like really new from scratch, from your inside, from your instinct, you probably need to grow up in the forest.
Or don't use sample packs, people.
Okay. Uh,
Just
maybe that's maybe
be
that's
more creative than
a good
sample.
starting point. Good starting point.
Yeah. Start with that. Like Rina, for example, did a new sample packs. You can hear it.
Yeah.